And here from Queensborough Community College, the home of the Tigers, it is college basketball, community college style tonight, and CUNY basketball. I'm Joe Massey along with Sean Couch as the Queensborough Tigers, looking for their first win on the year, take on the Hostos Community College Caymans. Well, Sean, we spoke about it in a women's game. Both of those teams were looking for their first win on the year. And the Queensborough Tigers on the men's side experiencing exactly the same problem.
0-8 right now, and just can't, very immature, not in their basketball rhythm right now. I think what's happening with them is they're trying to establish someone as a leader, trying to find that one guy that's going to take the Bulls by the horn and, you know, be that go-to guy that they need to get that win.
It also is almost an entirely different club from last year. Pete Samolis is back, and he had some scoring. They're going to face a Hostos club that only has one win so far this year, and that came outside of Region 15. They don't have a Region 15 victory either.
Yeah, they're struggling right now. Also, they beat Suffolk by 1, I believe, last week. Again, another team that's young right now. Sometimes I was talking to the coach. He was saying that, you know, they're up and down right now. Even in practice, they're practicing up and down, concentration level waivers. So, you know, they're a team right now looking to establish an identity.
The team that really has done well in the CUNY Conference to this point is the Borough of Manhattan. They've gone 4-2 in Region 15. They have some CUNY wins to their credit. I don't know if they've been beaten in the CUNY yet this year. So they are the team to watch right now, and they'll be in here in about 3 weeks. They'll be in here at Queensborough.
BMCC on both sides, the women's and the men's side, Joe, seems like they have a rejuvenation going on, and it's good for the conference. I mean, Brooklyn has been very good also, and, you know, both these teams here are well-coached teams looking for an identity. It's going to be an exciting junior college league this year.
Of course, Brooklyn won the CUNY Conference tournament last year, and they did it with a fella that now went over to the senior college program at Brooklyn, Yuri Matsikoff. And Yuri was a member of the Lincoln Rail Splitters, who had Sebastian Telfair and the other guard that went on to St. John's in the backcourt. Played together, and you know, that's a tremendous array of talent that he was a part of. He didn't get much playing time, but he really flourished here in the CUNY when he got the opportunity.
That was a great Brooklyn team last year. They had all across the board. They were talented at all 5 positions, and they got better as the year went on. So, you know, you look at these two teams, their records were reflecting, you know, that they're young and that they're growing. So I expect this to be a good competitive game.
As far as Queensborough is concerned, they also have a new coach, Larry Dantzler, stepping into the position this year. Unfortunately, their coach of last year passed away, and a longtime assistant here at Queensborough Community College.
Yeah, unfortunate time. I tell you what, Sinnixon left 2 years ago on the sabbatical, and I believe it was Coach, I forgot.
Billy Atkinson.
Yeah, Billy Atkinson,
Yeah.
That's right. Coach Atkinson passed away, a tragic event for CUNY.
But you know what, Sean? He had brought in Dantzler, from what Pete Marchitello, the athletic director, was telling me. Brought him in as an assistant. And then Larry winds up being the head coach because of the tragedy that happened over the summer. And nice man, by the way, Billy. And he is missed. I understand Tom Sinnixon is doing well, too. His son is quite a college basketball player right now.
His son right now is actually not in college. So, Joe, he still has one more year of high school. He actually played in the Jim Couch reunion games, which is a growing franchise right now in New York City, where they feature freshmen, sophomore, and the top high school players in the city. And Sinnixon's son played very well in that game.
So he's about to come out and then go on to the college ranks. And off the tip, it'll be Queensborough's ball from the far side as we get into play here tonight from Queensborough Community College, and they will handle it out of the backcourt with the aforementioned Pete Samolis. Working around the perimeter, they do. Queensborough in the white uniforms with the red and black trimming. They get it inside, and quickly the shot is blocked as they tried to take it up to the basket from Leo Asonye. He had that ball underneath, and Hostos blocked it.
It's a nice block by Brian Bastian right there. He block partied that and timed it very well.
Coming down the right of the lane is Daquan Nesbitt, and he took steps before he went down the right of the lane. No basket for Hostos. They're in the bright orange again as the visiting team, and here's Samolis bringing it up for Queensborough. Samolis pitches it off into the corner. They whip it quickly into Asonye, and he missed a gimme there, Sean. So Asonye getting blocked and missing the gimme. And there will be a foul whistle down here as Hostos rushed it the other way. 18:58 to go on the first half clock.
Yeah, both times Queensborough does a nice job getting the ball into Big Asonye, but he's been intimidated by Bastian.
We'll watch the free throw line action down here with Daquan Nesbitt going to the free throw line for Hostos. First one is good for Nesbitt. That makes it a 1-0 ball game in favor of Hostos Community College. They get on the board first here. All right, Nesbitt will aim for his second, and that goes in and out. Jimmied around the rim, and the rebound is taken off the floor by Tremaine Gooden. Gooden is playing with Samolis. They have Tyree Fearon, and their starting lineup, Asonye. The ball is passed on a shovel pass down low for Asonye, but they traveled before making the pass by Tremaine Gooden, so it'll be given over to Hostos.
Whole new team here for Queensborough. Samolis played last year, but not a lot. So you can see this is a brand new situation for all these players.
It is, and that's why they're having some difficulty. Fearon had the ball as they came the other way off the takeaway, and they gave it to Leo Asonye, and Asonye finally puts one down. You see, there is a little bit of talent on this team, particularly Asonye's case, because his brother, Marcel, plays for the York College Cardinals. There's a drive in the lane, and there is Nesbitt cutting in there, and he has the first 3 points of the game for Hostos.
Nice.
They're up 3-2.
Good move there by Nesbitt, showing nice body control.
Gooden into the lane quickly and couldn't get it to go off the front rim. Rebound pulled off by Hostos. There'll be a loose ball foul on Queensborough. Hostos has Nesbitt with Joshua Perez, Ian Walcott, Robert Adon, and Brian Bastian. Queensborough has Christian Moore, Tyree Fearon, Peter Samolis, Tremaine Gooden, and they have the big guys we said, Leo Asonye. There is Hostos the other way, and they get called for a violation. We're starting out sloppy here. It's 3-2 in favor of Hostos.
Talking to both coaches, and the theme from both of them was the fact that these teams' concentrations level, Joe, just suffers. That they get on the court and they make very careless mistakes, and you can see that early in the game.
Well, they have to unsuffer. Here's Samolis coming. Put it in and couldn't get it to go. Tried to hold that back. Quickly, Hostos gets it up court, and that one went up to the top of the backboard, and it finally dropped in and down and put in by Jonathan Perez. So it's 5-2. Hostos has claimed the 3-point lead. Here's a turnaround into the lane, but no basket. On the move made by Queensborough, and again Hostos wants to get it up court, beat the defense, and Robert Adon got up to the basket and got hit. Queensborough was looking for a block on that. And Adon had a little bit of a good time on their recent trip. As we get a timeout being taken here, and they'll go over to the bench on a quick timeout. 16:57 to go first half. Hostos ahead 5-2. Well, anyway, Robert Adon is the athlete of the week in the CUNY Conference for his performance in the Hostos basketball team's 2 games in the Montgomery College Rockville tournament against Howard Community College. Doan was 9 for 12 from the field. 9 for 12 and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. He had 24 points in that game. And then against Montgomery College, Rockville, Doan had his second straight double-double, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals. Nice couple of nights' work there.
Watching the Doan warm up, seems like he has a game of a slasher, has some mid-range to him, has good bounce and good rhythm. So you can see that he is a scorer and someone that Hostos can build their offense around.
And he hits his first free throw off the timeout, and he indeed makes it a 6-2 Hostos lead. They can really pin their hopes on those 2 performances, though. He had a nice time of it. Here's the second. It got the turn off the front rim and in. Now Hostos ahead 7-2. Hostos, by the way, located in the Bronx, right off the 2 train. Here's a jumper on the drop down. Rebound, Asonye, and he put it in. Leo Asonye has 4 points, and it's 7-4. Hostos will bring it up to front court with Ian Walcott. He delivers it over to Adone. Then they go down in the corner to Nesbitt. He brings it out on the wing to get a good look at it. Feeds it down in the low post. And Bastian went in with a right-hander that wouldn't go. Brian Bastian, but was knocked out of bounds by Queensborough. Stays 7-4. Hostos, they'll get the ball. 34 seconds to shoot. Sean, there's 34 seconds up there. That ball came in with 1 second, 1 tick off the clock. And they get it back inside, and now it's a turnover by Hostos. Do you think they did that properly, putting the 34 seconds up there to shoot?
I don't know if that was correct. It should. I think they were off one. Or
yeah, it might have been. Here's Queensborough to come out of the backcourt at 7-4. Doesn't matter. They traveled and they turned over the ball. Here's Samolis between the circles. Pete Samolis all the way through, and it got held as the hold being made by Nesbitt, or the held. And you stated that Samolis is one of the few guys back. He had experience from last year. They went all the way to the final. They did not have a good regular season. You saw them in the middle portion of the season. They weren't playing well. Here's Samolis going to the basket. He gets hit with an offensive foul. No basket there.
It's a tough call on Samolis. He executes a very good shot fake to get the defender in the air.
You saw them in the middle of last year in a non-conference tilt you did with Mike Schleifer here. Did you think they were going to end up in the final?
Nah, not at all. Not the way they were playing. They were really ragged during the middle of the year. They won the game, but you could see that they had some things going on, that they weren't gelling down low, and they were really fighting each other. There just wasn't any continuity in the beginning of the year, but I think that was the game that kind of got them on their roll.
I think you're right. And you know, that's what I stated before in the women's tilt. You never know when it's going to just start taking shape, even in a game that doesn't look all that good.
And that game was against Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. They came out in the first half. They were terrible. Second half, they really rolled through, and they got the win.
Ball being worked around the perimeter, and we have a hold being called. And that will be the 4th team foul on the home team. Queensborough. Samolis off the ball, getting his first. There are 3 on Hostos. No, check it. The foul goes the other way as Queensborough is throwing in from underneath. And it'll be in 1 second in the hands of the inbounder. And here we go into play again as Christian Moore puts it in. Now they give it down low. Turning into the lane quickly and hitting off the glass was Leo Asonye, who's starting to look like his brother a little bit. It's 7-6.
I like Leo, Joe. He has a nice, quick sort of spring to himself. He gets that ball up very quickly to the glass and finishes.
Hostos tries to work it quickly before Queensborough can get back. Queensborough did get into the play, and then a drive by Adone, and then it's put in on the rebound by the Hostos community team, and they lead 9-6, and back to Asonye they go. And Asonye with a quick 8 points now makes it 9-8.
Oh, he's pretty good down on that post.
And back comes Hostos, and they'll get 2 more with Eric Pressey, and there is a foul. So they're fast breaking whenever they get the opportunity.
Boy, Pressey just went through there like a knife. Just hit a Sonia on the side and just hit him, got him to the floor and finished.
He'll go to the free throw line. Eric is a freshman. They still have 9-8 on the scoreboard. Now we're waiting for them to put it up, and they put it up 11-8. Now they get it up there, Sean, and Pressey, you don't want to deny him those 2 points, as you said, a razor move there. Razor sharp move.
Real sharp. Cut a Saunier down in the process.
Missed the free throw, but it's off of Queensborough as there was an ensuing scramble to the sideline, or a chase, and Christian Moore made contact with it. So the ball will come back into Hostos, and they'll distribute it from the sideline. Pressey gets it in. Sends it up top. And driving into the lane is Albert Chatfield, and he lost the ball. Went out of bounds. Queensborough will get the ball. They're down 11-8. 14:49 to go. Samolis the other way, and a short bank is good. Samolis started to run into the lane, stopped, pulled up, and hit a little hesitation bank. Makes it 11-10.
Good discipline right there. Could have gotten caught for that charge again, but this time he had the mindfulness to come to a jump stop and take that short little 1-foot shot off the glass.
Jonathan Mantilla handling the ball, number 13. Now he gets it outside, and holding it was Adone. And Adone started to drive, and we're going to get another call against Hostos here. And they called him for pushing off and making that move. That's the first on Adone. That's a ball control foul, and Queensborough down 11-10, Sean. They have a chance now to move ahead in the ballgame.
And you can see Hostos up and down ways right here. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. You know, not really sure of themselves on the offensive end.
Exactly what the coach was telling you. There's a jumper from the corner, Tremaine Gooden, and it's Gooden. He hit that 2-point shot from the corner. 12-11. They get in the lane with Nesbitt. Squeezes it up, no good. Rebound all the way to the corner. It'll be Queensborough ball again. So now that the Tigers have the lead, they will try to extend that lead. They're leading 12-11. Jarek Bowe is coming to the ball game now for Queensborough to play in that backcourt. Jarek is playing with Christian Moore. Here is Bowe with the basketball. Now they work it around into the corner on a drive through the lane, and to the basket by Gooden. So he hit the 2 out of the corner. Now he goes across the lane and drops one in and makes it 14-11. And the ball stripped away by Queensborough, and they get it back up court, and here they come with Bowe leading the break, but now he'll turn back. 14-11. Saunier falling down, could not put that in the bucket as he turned quickly and tried to muscle something up. Then they fire it through the hands of Pressey. Prior to that last miss, Queensborough made about 6 of their last 7 shots.
Doing a great job defensively also. They've really tightened up on the perimeter, making shots difficult.
Chris Gonzalez giving us that stat, helping out from the CUNY tonight, the assistant director. Here's Nesbitt with the ball. They get it down low, and they go to the basket with Adone, and then Adone gets his rebound, and he hung in there to put it in, Sean. Nice play.
Nice play. Wiry strong is Adone, getting that ball back up off the glass.
Now it's 14-13. They close back within 1. And here's Gooden in the lane. Gooden bounces it low to Saunier. Saunier makes the turn, puts up a little baby jumper, no good. Had the move made to the basket. Here comes Nesbitt, and he leads it to the glass for Pressey, who simply goes up and puts it home.
That's Hostos' game right there, transition basketball.
Seems to be, right?
Getting to that basket. Seems to be. Looks like they have the players to do it.
15-14. Now Queensborough with 12:15 on the first half clock, working it outside. Good entertainment tonight from Queensborough. Samolis backing in, trying to take the pass as he was backing on Pressey, and Pressey gets the hold.
That's a young, experienced foul right there on Pressey. No need for him. Samolis is his size. He doesn't really need to battle him, 10 feet, actually 15 feet off the post.
Samola's a sophomore, Prezi a freshman. Here's a Saunier, and that one hit the side of the glass, never made it to the basket. And there they go again, Sean. Get your motor going, and Prezi goes down there and gets fouled. Couldn't make it hang in the basket, but he gets to the line.
It's a great pass, outlet pass to find Prezi. Presence of mind there to get to the basket quickly. Queensborough not getting back on defense, and Hostos is exploiting it.
We'll watch him go to the free throw line right now, Mr. Eric Prezi. And he gets a couple of them with his team back up 15-14. Prezi is from Christ the King Regional High School. First one, no good. Is that Christ the King without the regional?
No, that's Christ
regional.
The King. That's Christ the King.
That is Christ the King. So they get good schooling over there.
Team this year too, also challenge for the city championship with Rice.
Oh, now you're talking big time, right? Here's the second. No good off the front rim. Remember, Felipe Lopez came out of Rice, right? A long time ago. Now it's a long time ago. It didn't seem like that long ago. In fact, you know, I did St. John's at one point, Sean, so we're doing a CUNY game from Lehman College, one of the colleges anyway, and his sister, Sarah, was playing for Lehman, Lopez's sister. And I turn around and I'm doing the halftime as the ball comes on the backcourt, good, and gets it. And I turn around, there's Felipe sitting there. I says, I'm not interviewing you, Felipe, forget it. Here's Queensborough with the ball. They come out to the midcourt line with it. And handling it is Bo. Bo down the right of the lane. Bo goes in, puts it up, no good. Rebound off the floor. And Queensborough tries to keep it alive. In fact, they try to use the old veteran play, throw it off the opponent's leg, but it didn't work. It went down to the baseline and out of bounds.
Yeah, Bo right there with the out-of-control shot. Gets his hands on the scramble, but steps out of bounds.
15-14, 11:30 to go. And it is Hostos ball. They're in the front court. They go into the corner. Here's the jumper. No good. Adone got too much of the backside of the rim when you're shooting from the corner. That's the other side. You don't want to do that. And he missed. You don't want to hit the front or the back. And if you hit the back, you want it to pop in the basket.
No
Queensborough will get the ball.
No doubt. And you know something, Joe, Jerry McCullough is a Rice graduate, too. He's a new addition to the Hostos assistant coach for Hostos.
And that isn't that the Pittsburgh guy, Jerry McCullough?
Yeah, Jerry was a great college guard.
I did his
Pittsburgh.
games.
Great college guard. Played in Italy for several years.
Very fast, very fast.
Oh,
Drive down to the baseline, blocked by Hostos. Hostos will come to front court. Here is Daquan Nesbitt. And they're going to ring up the three. Point goal, and Hostos now has built up an 18-14 lead. I believe that was Jonathan Perez. Yes, it was, and give Perez 5 points. Loose ball coming all the way to the corner as Queensborough's gotten sloppy now, Sean. 10:34 to go in this first half. 18-14, I guess, because Hostos accelerating the pace in this game and making them get sloppy.
Hostos has 4 guards on the floor right now, quick, good defenders, and it's giving Queensborough some problems.
Comes inbounds on the inbound to Jarek Bowe. Bowe outside. Good pick out there by Shawnee Couch. Ball went down low, and they go to the basket. John Storch. And I like the way Storch plays. He's an all-outer, Storch. He got that nice pass converted, and Queensborough makes it a 2-point game, 18-16. Comes up top. Work it to the left side now to Nesbitt. Nesbitt a spinning move. He works his way into the lane, had the ball blocked away. A hand was gotten in there. I think Storch got a piece of that. Then they come down and they give it to Anthony Davis, but they are going to be called for traveling, no basket or push-off. And the ball will go over to Hostos. That would have been a tie game.
Offensive foul there. Prezi does a great job getting in the way and creating the contact.
They put up number 30 on the board, Mark Hodge, and that will be his first. And the ball will go over to Hostos with the 2-point lead. Here's Hostos passing into the corner. And they come back in, and going to the left hand was Perez. He got fouled, who go to the free throw line. Well, yet another top-notch collegiate or NBA fella becoming associated with the CUNY in Jerry McCullough, as Sean picked out. And in the past, you were over there at John Jay, they had Tony Campbell, and they've had others.
Yeah, Jerry has done a great job in the city. He has a tournament out in Central Park for middle school kids and high school kids that he's been running now for the past 3 years. And he's a credit to the city. He's the son of Bob McCullough, the founder of the old Pro Rucker in Rucker Park. So he has a long tradition here in the city.
John Storch picked up his first foul, and at the line trying to make the second end of 2 is Jonathan Perez. He now has 7 points as it's on the money. And it's 20-16 for Hostos. Work it to the left side, Queensborough. They get it down low now to Storch. Storch gives it off at the baseline. Too much on that bank shot from Jarek Bowe. And Queensborough had assumed some of the control in this game. And now a block, and Storch has it and feeds it up court. Big block by Queensborough. They get it to Anthony Davis, and play will be stopped. There'll be a Hostos foul. Well, they really needed that block, falling behind by 4 here.
Hostos is really off to the races on their break.
Second foul on Eric Prezi. And Mark Hodge will put it in for Queensborough. Hodge is on the court now with Tremaine Gooden, number 22. Hodge is number 30, John Storch. Here's a jumper from the baseline, bounded around, would not drop in for Mark Hodge. And there they go again. We just spoke about it. And boy, did they get up court in a hurry with Jonathan Perez putting it home.
I think the game plan is to outlet and run. Hostos executing it with surprising ease.
There is a knockdown in the lane. They're going to call it on Queensborough, and no basket, no shot. It'll go over to Hostos. They're ahead 22-16.
Hostos doing a great job penalizing Queensborough every time they don't come to a jump stop in the mid-range. Great coaching right there.
Mark Anthony Davis, I'm sorry, Sean, is also on the court now for Queensborough. They have John Boyce, who has just checked in. And here is Hostos with the basketball. Hostos will bring it across. Albert Chatfield, number 10, handling the ball, goes along the baseline, tries to put it up. There was interference in there, and going up high on the glass to pull it off and coming up court is Bowe. Now Bowe heads for the basket and can't get it to go, but it's taken off outside by Davis. Davis gives it in along the baseline. Too much dribbling being done there by Gooden. He lost the ball. He had it stripped away, and Hostos has it. And a long pass that you would have to be Abdul-Jabbar to grab in, and it went out of bounds.
Well, Kevin Durant, one of those long ones there.
8:24 to go. So Hostos made a sloppy play when they could have made it an 8-point game. It's still a 6-point lead for Hostos, 22-16. Going low to Gooden. Gooden for the pop turnaround, and that popped around the rim, and it got the good bounce. He's got 6. Boy, this game getting wide open. Nesbitt coming down. He gets called for carrying the ball out of bounds. He was flying before he saw that rim in front of him. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was a tough non-call right there on Nesbitt. Looked like he might have been pushed out of bounds.
Here's a jumper from outside. No good, John Boyce, and they put in on the follow. And Queensborough gets right back within 2, 22-20, and we have a timeout. 8:03 to go in our first half. So the Tigers have roared right back. I'll just add something on that last play down here. That was the drive, and he might have been hit, but I think he was so out of control, he's not going to get benefit of that call because he didn't have any plan to what he was doing there.
Referees making sure that these guys do the fundamentals before they get.
And you know, sometimes, Sean, as a referee, you know, sometimes you don't see the play that well, but you look at what the intent was, and you say, no way he could have gotten fouled, because look at how out of control he was.
And that's where coaching comes in, where the coaches come in and make sure that they're jump stopping, that they're doing all the essential things on the floor, and it makes the ref's job a lot easier.
Well, so far we have seen nothing solid from either club, as you said. We've seen spotty play. We've seen both teams take turns at grabbing the lead, but neither one seems to be able to hold it. And we're in for, I think, a horse race
Joe,
here.
you're exactly right, Joe. Hostos comes in with a smaller team, does a nice job defensively. Queensborough, adjusts, brings in their smaller team, and all of a sudden now, they're getting shots and they're executing a lot better.
I want to tell you, as you were speaking, the crew got a good close-up of the basketball itself. And I was about to say, that's what we're here for, basketball.
All righty.
Here's Hostos with the basketball. Albert Chatfield in the front court. And he encounters resistance and gets hit. Well, that's what you have to do. Don't let anything stop you. I'll go to the free throw line here.
I don't think Albert really wanted to shoot that ball, but once Queensborough defenders all started playing the passing lanes and left them open, and then when he decided to shoot,
I have to do it now. Anthony Davis picked up his first foul. First free throw, not a good one, off the front rim, and it stays a 2-point Hostos lead, 22-20. As we said, Hostos from the Bronx, and Queensborough obviously here from Queens, just outside of Bayside. Free throw is good. 23-20, and the Tigers cannot put it in with Storch to the basket. Now they give it back to him, and he got blocked inside. 2 opportunities, but it'll stay with Queensborough.
Yeah, Storch not going hard enough there on that first gimme. He's supposed to get that. That's a chippy right there. He's got to make that one.
I'm disappointed with John because I had called him an all-outer, and he is, but he should have put that one in.
Not everyone's perfect out here. But he should know better. He's got to go up there and eat that glass, get up on that glass and make that bucket.
Here's Tremaine Gooden deep on the perimeter. Gooden goes into the right corner, fires. All net for Tremaine Gooden, who leads the Queensborough scoring along with the Sonia. They both have 8 points apiece, and it's 23-22.
Nice high arcing shot.
That was an arc. Comes back outside, left all by his lonesome. Got to drain that. That was quite a bit out for Adone, but he hit it. Big-time shot there.
Yeah, Doan showing inside and outside skills.
That was a 3. He has 7, and it's 26-22. What goes through your mind when you're out there with that ball all by your lonesome like that?
As a player?
Nothing, right? You just have to gun it, right, at that point. Just get it up there.
You catch and you're squared away. You gotta let nature take its course.
You don't think about anything.
Nah, that ball's released, and you just let your mechanics do the rest.
There's a foul on the other end, too, and Tremaine Gooden will end up at the line as we have the officials doing their job, and Perez picks up his first foul, Jonathan Perez. Here's Tremaine. He just moved into the top leader honors, and he's at the line trying to break that tie, and he does so. He has 9 points. 26-23. It is Hostos by 3. And a very up and down ball game right now. Gooden with his second. That's all net. They call that string music. 26-24. Hostos will bring it up. Hostos in the very lively orange. Pass out, batted away, and almost stolen. 1 step away from stealing. It was Bo, but he'll get credit because the call went against Hostos, and Queensborough will get the ball. It ticked off a Hostos player.
Bo showing nice skills in that lane right there. And you know what, Joe, he's super duper quick.
Yeah, he is.
With the ball.
Now they work it into the lane for a turning hook. Boyce never had a look at the basket. Those are tough hooks to make when you do that. You're on the move. You can't gauge where you are. It went out of bounds, and fortunately, Queensborough will hold on to it.
You know what? You got to love the fact that he can make those turns, but he has to have some sort of, hand-eye coordination with your head, and that's the thing that I talk about in the girls' game. What was happening with the bigger Hostos players, she wasn't getting her head around and finishing her shots.
That's exactly right.
Same thing there.
You need a point of reference when you're getting in that lane. You don't know where that ball's going to go up if you don't.
No doubt, Joe. You do.
Sonia got tied up, and Hostos flips it right through the hands of Prezi the other way as they had benefit of that tie-up, and then they threw it away.
It's about 3 consecutive unforced errors there for Hostos.
Here's Boone, Bo, the other way. Bo carried it all the way down. He was a little bit out of control, and somebody reached in and bailed him out on that. Committed the foul as he was throwing the pass out. They're over the limit, Hostos. That'll be their 18th foul. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Jarek Bo, and it is 26-24. If this works out for Bo, it would be a tie game.
That's been a little bit too close there. I would back Bo, run that ball. He is very fast with the ball.
Nesbitt got his second foul as he got the hand in on the play anyway, and Bo hits his first, and now it is a 1-point game. Slowly they come back, step by step.
You know, as a point guard, as a guard, if you have a guy that's that quick with the ball, back up. Make him shoot a jump shot. Make him do something on the outside. No use pressuring a guy if he's lightning quick.
Second is good, Bo. It's like a basketball clinic sometimes with you, Mr. Couch.
That's all I do. I teach fundamentals.
I love it. That's what the kids really need to learn today. The ball goes down low, and Prezi couldn't get his hands on it, but they take it back outside as Prezi finally did end up with it. And they go to Chatfield. Chatfield comes across, gives the ball over to Nesbitt. Nesbitt floats it off into the corner. The move is made.
Oh.
Are they going to give him credit or going to give him an offensive foul on that? An offensive foul by Ian Walcott.
Wow.
Ian Walcott gets the offensive foul, so it stays tied at 26.
I might have to disagree with that one right there. Ian made a nice move, had nice body control. The guy's underneath the rim.
All right, we have you on record, Sean. Here's Tremaine Gooden going all the way, and he gives the lead to Queensborough. You know what Gooden said right there, Sean? He said, I don't care if you agree, we're going to get the lead.
Hey, Tremaine's got game. We got to do a rhyme for Tremaine. Tremaine's got game.
28-26. Comes outside. Hostos down by 2 now. They work it into the corner, working it wide in this set and then the last few sets. They're really widening up their offense. That ball almost kept free. It was knocked out by Asonier and out of bounds into the ball carrier, Chatfield. He was out of bounds with the ball. And Queensborough will take a timeout here, Hostos, and it's 28-26 in favor of Queensborough, and Hostos really widening things up. Sean, why are they working that wide? Trying to use their speed and their one-on-one ability?
Well, they're trying to do it, but it's not really been that effective for the past 3 or 4 minutes. Queensborough's matching their speed. I guess Hostos feels that they have the off-the-ball ability and the ability to dribble, penetrate, to break down Queensborough, but it hasn't happened right now, at least not effectively.
We'll see if anything starts to take shape in the next minute or so, because Queensborough's now bolted into the lead, 28-26. Not exactly bolted, but they've done it a piece at a time. Gooden with 12 points, Asonier with 8 points. On the Hostos side, 9 for Perez, and they've gotten 5 from Nesbitt. Worked around the perimeter here by the Queensborough Tigers. They're in the white. Give it in to Asonier. Asonier, who had the 8 quick points in the game, adds on, and there's his first field goal in a while. But it gives Queensborough a 4-point lead, 30-26, and they're going to get the ball back underneath here.
I like Big Leo Asonier. Man, he's very smooth around that rim. He does not waste any motion. Catch to the backboard. Catch, shot up. Catch, one dribble and up. Very efficient, very effective.
Oh, there's a slip on the inbound that's going to cause a tie-up, and it's Queensborough ball anyway. 30-26, so they make out on the alternate possessions. 4:54 to go in the first half from Queensborough. Joe Massey, Sean Couch. CUNY basketball on QPTV. It's 30-26, favor of the homestanding Tigers. They'll try to pitch it down low to Asonier, and they tried to reach in that time and keep the ball away from Leo. And he'll go to the free throw. Yes, he'll go to the free throw line on the reach in. Trying to get Jonathan Fernandez off the bench to play him. He gets his first foul. He's got a little bit of bulk there, as you see, number 33. Saunier gets a nice wide stance at the line. And really takes his time and does not get a good result.
Yikes.
Well, too much thought being put into that free throw. It was a tight one, and he'll try again. 30-26. See if he can get this one up to the rim. He leans, he settles, he shoots. He missed it. That was a normal looking miss, though. And it's 30-26, and Hostos gets the rebound. 4:43 on the clock. Walcott outside, tosses it into the corner, sets up his man Pressey, who misses the corner shot. And they go up court, up and under. With the flip under the basket was Boyce. Tremendous athletic move, 32-26, Queensborough.
Gotta love it, gotta love it. Nice move right there. Nice usage of the glass on the reverse.
Nice pass, and they got it inside for the easy two for Nesbitt. 5 points for Nesbitt, 32-28. Saunier backing, turning. Now has the ball slapped at, and it carries out of bounds, but it'll stay with Queensborough with 4 minutes on the clock in the first half. Crowd really liked that move by Boyce down here. 32-28. Thrown in from underneath by the Tigers. A situation where Gooden thought he was right on that midcourt line, just kept his footing, but he really didn't have to. But good awareness anyway that he might have been close to that midcourt line. Then we have a foul down here.
Fouls on Josh Perez right there. Again, 30 feet from the rim, reaching. Not really getting the job done, sliding his feet. That's his third personal foul. And with Hostos' bench being light, they only have three replacements.
I'm just going to correct you. That's Prezi, his third.
Prezi, excuse me.
No, that's all right.
Thank you, Joe. But the bench with only, four on the bench right here, that can't afford to have those fouls like that.
33-28. It is the third on Eric Prezi, and the first free throw is made by Tremaine Gooden, and now it's 33-28. Trying to extend it a bit more. Nicely done. They come up to the midcourt line. Hostos with the ball. Hostos now is falling behind by 6. Now outside they are. Ian Walcott drives it into the right sideline. They come back outside, swing it over to Adone. Adone has a look at the basket, can't hit it. Rebound comes all the way to the near side, knocked out by Hostos. So it's 34-28, and Queensborough will get the ball with 3:33 to go. And Hostos now can't find the basket, Sean, and they're down by 6.
Gone away from Robert Adone, their go-to guy. He hasn't really gotten his hands on the ball.
From the corner, Tremaine Gooden, he was feeling it earlier. He missed that jump shot there. Now they get it up to Adone, and Adone, with Gooden coming by, lost control of the ball. And then it popped outside, and Boyce could not handle it in an effort to get up court, so it'll stay with Hostos. Hands all over the place trying to get that basketball. It'll be Hostos ball, 34-28. Adone is out there with Nesbitt for Hostos. As they'll throw it in. Jonathan Perez, he has the ball up top now. He's throwing it in. And Perez gets it in play outside to Ian Walcott, who's one of the other players in that starting, or in that 5 that's on the floor. Here's a jumper from outside, no good by Walcott. He got free and couldn't hit the jumper. And down the other way, Queensborough sent it in the corner. Teeing it up is Boyce, no good. Rebound of Saunier is going to come up short. Taken out of the air by Jonathan Perez. There'll be a reach-in loose ball foul on Queensborough, set up by the miss under the basket. So we'll have Hostos come down and shoot 2 as the team's fouls are 10 apiece. The other player is Jonathan Fernandez for Hostos, and we'll set up Queensborough for you. John Boyce is playing right now with Jarek Bowe. They have big Leo Asonye. And they have Tremaine Gooden in there with Anthony Davis. First free throw, no good though by Jonathan Perez down here, trying to slice into that lead of 34-28 for Queensboro. Can't do it. A little more control being shown right now by Queensboro. Here is Perez for another one. He's a freshman. No good. Not on the mark. Asonye hops into the lane to get that rebound. Really. Pete Samolis has checked back in for Queensboro. He has the ball. Sends it in the corner. Firing is Jarek Bowe, and he hit. He's got 4. 36-28. Good shot by Bowe. It's an 8-point lead.
Tell you what, if he knocks that down, then he's a problem all over the court, demonstrating a jump shot.
That was wide of the basket by Fernandez, and Hostos has lost any of the chemistry they had going earlier. Now they're down by 8. The ball was knocked out by Queensboro, and Hostos will throw in from underneath. They're trying to get something back here. Chatfield will throw in. 21 seconds to shoot. Comes all the way outside to Nesbitt. Now they go to the left side. Aiming for a three-point shot was Perez. No good. Rebound tossed out. That'll go to backcourt. You let it go. Either way, it's going to be a violation, and Queensboro will get the ball.
Hostos having a lot of trouble against this zone, Joe. The 1-2-2.
Shooting has not been good at all. It'll be thrown in from underneath. Comes into Asonye. Asonye had it poked away over his head by Fernandez. Picked up by Samolis, who lays it in. And he's got 4 points, and now Queensboro seeing some light between them and Hostos. They lead by 10 points. Working to the left of the lane for a fall away, and not hitting it was Chatfield. They just can't buy a hoop right now. And here comes Queensboro on the attack, and teeing it up for the jumper is Bowe again, and he couldn't get it to go, and the rebound finally snatched by Hostos. Stolen by Asonye, getting back nicely. Samolis, 1:27 at halftime, fires, no good. Rebound up, no good from Boyce. Rebound Boyce, he got fouled. They're playing with a lot of intensity right now, Queensboro. And Boyce will end up at the line.
Wow, Boyce gets the offensive rebounds, and he didn't even really leave his feet. No one boxing out for Hostos. I mean, there was no verticality on that offensive rebound twice.
Ooh, verticality.
Hey.
I like
easy.
First one, no good.
Easy. But it just goes to show you that Hostos is not taking care of their assignments, boxing out, and, getting that, securing the defensive boards.
Good job by John Boyce III out of Babylon, North Babylon in Long Island, New York. He hit that free throw and makes it 39-28, 1:16 to halftime. And that ball pops free, and Samolis has it. Samolis feeds Bowe, and he lost it, but it's taken back by Davis. Turnover city right now for Hostos. Samolis makes it go off the glass.
Samolis is a bad shot maker. He has a way of getting in there and getting the ball up and making it go into the basket.
53 seconds to go, 41-28. Here's a step back three by Nesbitt, and he cans it. And they really needed that, Sean. 41-31.
No doubt, Ralph. They have gone a long stretch without a bucket.
Here's Samolis, and he took steps. And it's 41-31, so let's see if Hostos, 35 seconds to halftime, can do anything to move closer. A 3 puts them at 41-34. Let's see what they elect to do here. 35 seconds to halftime. Seeing a lot of intensity on the Queensboro side, though, and they're playing in front of a pretty good crowd here tonight. Comes up to front court. Hostos being very cagey about the situation. Now starting to drive on the right side is Walcott. 17 seconds. The shot clock is off. They're going to play for 1. Give it back into the hands of Walcott. Over to Nesbitt. Nesbitt, 8 seconds, 7 seconds, cuts to the lane and gets it to go on the running right-hander. He's got 10 points. Nicely done. 8-point lead. Samolis tries to make a Jerry West shot out of it and hit the side of the backboard. And it's 41-33 Queensboro at halftime. And that is the way you want to go down to halftime with that type of exciting play. Queensboro had a couple of points shaved off their lead, though, there.
Yeah, and also you can see Hostos struggling with the man-to-man, with the zone. But once Queensboro went to that man-to-man, they got a couple of baskets off. So that's something that they're going to have to work on in the second half.
Well, it has been, to this point, an up-and-down game. But over the last, I'd say, 5 minutes, Queensboro showed that they could be in command. They could be in command because they're playing with a lot of intensity. They've shut off Hostos, and Hostos' outside shooting has not come through, and they're going to need it to come through, I think, before this one is over.
No, you're right. I think what Queensboro's discovered that Hostos is not a very, well, at least this game, not playing well against the zone. So expect a lot of zone from Queensboro in the second half.
41-38, our halftime score. The Tigers are leading here at home. I'm Joe Massey with John Couch. We'll have second half action coming up here from Queensboro. We're back at Queensboro, the home of the Queensboro Community College Tigers. I'm Joe Massey with Sean Couch. Sean, we have the halftime stats, and I think the turnover bugaboo really took a bite out of Hostos in the latter stage of that first half.
No doubt, Joe. Hostos really had a lot of pressure with Queensboro's zone. Robert Adon had 7 turnovers. And also, if looking at the stats here, you have Chatfield with 5. The guard play and the up front play has they haven't done a great job in terms of getting the job done, taking care of the ball, and it's disappointing for Roy Beekman's Hostos team.
Sean, you pointed out that Hostos shot 48% in the first half, but they only had 25 field goal attempts.
Yeah,
as compared to 41 for Queensboro.
Not getting the job done offensively because they're losing the ball. And this half, if Queensboro does go into that zone, they're going to have to find a way to answer it. Right now, Queensboro's in man-to-man, which I think really helps Hostos.
Here is Daquan Nesbitt as we get started. It's a 41-33 lead for the homestanding Queensboro team, and they take it off the floor with Sonia and another turnover. That has not been a good word for Hostos tonight. Comes on the right side. They pitch it in the middle, come around to the left side and into Asonier. Asonier turns. That was very much off balance. Leo Asonier, who had 10 points in the first half. Tremaine Gooden had 14 for Queensboro. They drive it all the way down. There'll be a foul as Chatfield caused contact getting into that lane for Hostos.
You see Hostos players complaining, talking with the coach, trying to get something started here. And
Roy Beekman.
Yeah, Roy Beekman. And Roy's trying to plead with these guys. Share the ball. Give the ball up. Get into your spots where you know that you can get offensive, success, because he really allows them a lot of leeway in their offensive sets.
Beekman was able to take them and guide them to the CUNY tournament title a couple of years ago when they had Nick Hamilton Lopez on that team, among others. Silvio Marfe. They come inside, and there are steps taken by Jonathan Fernandez. But as you said, and you stated, and we talked about it in the first game, the women's game that we did tonight, there's turnover in the community college ranks, and you have to start out with a whole new project. And that's what Beekman is doing here.
Yeah, on that one, Joe, Albert Chatfield didn't set his feet and got called for a charge.
Here's Fearon working into the lane, can't hit a short jump. They get it back outside to Fearon, and again, it is a turnover on Queensboro. On the sideline they were with the ball, and that was pointed out. And that's where the ball, in fact, will be inbounded from. Just like, what is it, in hockey, when that ball goes out of bounds, you have to inbound it from right where it went out.
Talking about soccer.
Soccer.
Right.
There you go.
I don't think there's any ball in hockey.
Well, when the puck goes out over in a certain area.
Oh, yeah.
But no, soccer is more right to the point when you think about it. Here's a jumper from outside, and that hit the rim from Adon, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, the player of the week, Adon, is not really showcasing his total package. He's settling for the jump shot instead of putting that ball on the floor and trying to get in the lane.
And I went to Coach Beekman before the game, and we went over it a couple of times. It is Adon, Robert Adon, but he missed the shot anyway, and he has not gotten set, as John said. 41-33. They come head of the key with it. Here's Mark Hodge Jr., no good. Rebound taken off, set up court by Hostos, and we have a stoppage and play again. We've gotten off to a very wobbly start here in the second half with Queensboro leading at 41-33.
Both teams trying to find some offensive rhythm, I should say. Hostos settling for jump shots and, you know, not really being fundamental driving to the basket. Just head down, driving into the Queensboro players. Queensboro team under Larry Dancer is taught to take charges, and they've taken about 4 or 5 charges this game. Second
foul on Asonier has been put up, and the ball will be given over to Hostos, 41-33. They push it in the front court with Albert Chatfield. Chatfield sends it down low to Adon, back out to Chatfield. No look pass, blind one, should have looked. Threw it right in the hands of Fearon. Here comes Queensboro, and on the break they get the 2 from number 22, Tremaine Gooden, who led the scoring in the first half, and he now has 16 and a foul.
And that's been the game over the past 5 minutes. Going into the first half, Joe, that's 3 turnovers for Hostos in less than 2 minutes, and it's led to, that one leads directly to a basket. They really got to do a better job taking care of the ball.
And the free throw is good. 17 now for Gooden. He ended the first half with 14. And now it's an 11-point edge for Queensboro. And then, Sean, when they get the ball across and they try to get themselves out of the hole with the outside shot, they're not hitting it either. When they do get that ball across, they dump it in the corner. Here's the jumper, no good. And perfect example, Nesbitt had a wide open look, couldn't hit it. Then Nesbitt ended up with the ball and couldn't get it to the basket anyway. So it's taken the other way by Queensboro with an 11-point lead. And the perplexed Hostos team trying to play defense, that was deflected out of bounds.
And Beekman is the sort of coach where he likes talent, Joe. He trusts talent. He doesn't, you know, he lets kids play. He opens the floor up. He teaches the game. At this point, Hostos is not getting the job done.
Now the ball goes to the floor off a poke away, and Asonier ends up on the floor with Chatfield, and it's Queensboro ball. They're not getting many breaks. It'll be thrown in from underneath. Before, remember, Sean, they were beating Queensboro up court, getting that break going. They're not doing that at all now. Comes in the corner, and that'll be a tie-up, and it'll go the other way. There they made a break for themselves, and they'll throw it in and bring it up court, try to work down this 11-point lead for Hostos. And the coach, Larry Danzler, brings John Boyce back in the game, and he's going to send Anthony Davis to the bench. He thought he took maybe a little too much time in trying to get rid of that ball. Here comes Nesbitt up court. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he just wanted to take him out. Nesbitt floats it out to Adon. Adon, nice move to the basket. Well, that's probably what he showed people this past week when he won that CUNY Athlete of the Week award, because that was a beautiful move, and he got fouled by Asonier, who picks up his 3rd. So that is a double-edged foul, as they say.
Halftime, I saw Roy passing by, and he says to me, Adon isn't doing what he can do. I'm telling him to get the ball in that triangle area, that foul line extended area, and get it to the basket. That's his game. But he's settling for jump shots. You see right here, Joe, rips it through, goes right, draws the foul, going for the M1.
Missed off the front rim, though. Stays with his 9 points. And it is Queensboro ball coming the other way here at Queensboro. 16:53 to go. It's a 9-point game now. Queensboro in the lead. John Storch back in for Queensboro. Back turn, back down low against Fernandez. who poked in there and went over his shoulder to commit the foul. That'll be his second foul, and it'll be thrown in from underneath by Queensborough now. Queensborough has it to toss in. Comes outside to Boyce. Boyce gives it over on the left wing to Jarek Bowe. Now it's Bowe and Boyce, the B-boys. They work it in the corner to Fearon. Fearon gave up the ball. Here's Hostos up with it. Chatfield will try to accelerate it the other way and had the ball knocked out of his hands, and Storch reached in and committed the foul.
It's a good move by Chatfield. He's only has 1 point this game, but he shows some good athleticism. Strong kid, too. You can tell he has a nice frame, good upper body.
Go to the line. The kid Adone that we were talking about, it comes from Randolph High School. First free throw good. 2 points now for Chatfield. He's made them both from the line. Philip Randolph High School, and he's from New York. New York. He looks like a Randolph athlete, to be honest with you. I've seen many.
Great academic school, Philip Randolph.
We'll watch Chatfield go again. And no good. Rebound snatched inside by Dennis Kinslow, and this is his first opportunity to play tonight. There's a drive to the basket again by Chatfield, and they're going to give it over on the foul to Chatfield at the line. 44-36, so he's trying to make some opportunities for his mates. And if you're Hostos, Roy Beekman telling them, hang in there now. Come on, let's make something happen. And Chatfield on those last two plays has. He'll go back to the free throw line, and his first one no good. Front rimmed it. He's been at the line, Sean, 5 times, and he's connected on 2 of them. 44-36. Gets another look, bends the knees, straightens up, and hits it. 44-37. Now he brings Hostos within 7, and the Caymans are trying to press and give Bowe a 9.1 for that roll out to midcourt.
I think Jarek Bowe loves the press. It's like, okay, they're pressing me. He's out of there. And if you're not in front of him, he is going to run through the press. He's a very quick ball handler.
2 fouls on Ian Walcott. That's 4 on Hostos. There were 5 on Queensborough. They work it around. There's an illegal pick being set by Kinslow. You could see that happening out to the right side on the perimeter. And so a couple of mistakes. It's a 7-point game, and Hostos will take possession of the ball here, John. Ian Walcott, the sophomore, will throw it in. Now Queensborough has to be careful. Here's Chatfield bringing it across. Momentum starting to change in this game a little bit. Nesbitt out on the perimeter. Nesbitt with Bowe all over him. Looking for room. Bounces it out. Walcott drives, sends it out on the perimeter. But again, they can't hit the outside shot from Chatfield. And the rebound snatched by Queensborough. Driving into the lane and putting it up is Fearon. No good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Fernandez. Pass is stolen at midcourt. Here is Fearon being blocked by Fernandez, who came in at the last moment.
Man.
All the way to the backcourt and back on it. Queensborough, then they give it up. And this is going to be an easy 2. Walcott brings them to within 5. And Hostos is back in the ball game with 15:22 to go. And the Tigers need a timeout because their ball handling has gone south now.
Yeah, Queensborough came out this half not ready to play, not executing what they, doing the same things they did in the first half.
Simple plays that they're just not, pulling off. They're throwing lazy passes. They're not playing heads up. And we were saying how they were playing with such intensity the tail end of that first half. Well, you said it right at the outset, and what you said was exactly right. These teams have both shown tendency to go up and down, and we're seeing that right now.
That comes early in the year, too, when you're trying to find yourself as a unit. Right now, the rhythm of Queensborough is, uneven. Who's the man? Who's going to handle the ball? Who's going to make the play? Everybody's trying to make certain plays right now, but they're not making, plays that I think, Joe, are winning plays. And Hostos is right now.
What did you say? Who's the man? Shaft's the man. No.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
One guy steps up in the first half.
I know what you're saying. I was just joking.
All right, good.
I wanted to get a chuckle out of you.
Gooden did a nice job, and then Sonye did a good job. But now those two guys aren't the focus of the offense, and the team is suffering.
It's tough, Sean. When this is community college basketball. You're working with freshmen and sophomores.
Right.
And you don't have much time to start, imprinting what exactly you want. You throw them on the court, and you start working with them.
There you go. But, these are two very good coaches.
Yeah. And they've been through this.
And, right now it's a little trial by error, but they're coming together, both these teams. You can see it, on the floor.
Here's Tyree Fearon starting across to the right side. Wow, that's going to be another turnover.
Another turnover right there.
What is that, umpteen in a row now? 44-39.
Well, they're not cool-headed like Shaft, man. This is
well, you see, now you're
like
picking up on my joke, and I enjoy that.
They're treating the ball like shrapnel exploding. They're not really getting the job done.
All honors to the late Isaac Hayes, of course, on that.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. The man.
Here's Hostos. Yeah, he was terrific.
You can still see him on that album cover with the
with the shaven head.
The shaven head and the hot butter.
Comes outside. Here's the pass under the shoulder. Oh, they couldn't convert. And the loose ball all the way to the baseline still. And we have a whistle stopping play. Well, they're coming very close now, Hostos. They didn't convert that in-close opportunity from Bastion, but there was a Queensboro foul, and that's number 2 on Bo. And whatever magic they had, Sean, has disappeared.
It's disappeared from them not playing that zone that had Hostos perplexed.
Here's Adone going to the line.
They're in that man right now. And
you're killing me. First one good by Adone.
Hostos is making their case. And, as a coach, sometimes you want your team to be able to man up, do the job, But, as a young squad right now, they have to play both sides of the ball.
Adone trying his second, no good off the front rim. Samolas got the rebound. Adone had made the first. Now it's a 4-point game. Queensboro trying to work on it, and there's lots of time. 14-40 in this one. From the corner, Boyce. No good. It got a piece of the backboard, and it came off the rim.
Nice.
Again, they're breaking Hostos. And they don't have the shot, so they pass it out, and driving all the way through and missing. Then Adone stays in there to get the rebound and gets fouled. The initial drive made by Walcott, and things have taken a complete turn here now. It is Hostos with the head of steam, and the third foul on Tremaine Gooden.
They're at their best in transition, advancing the ball up the floor, making good decisions. These kids make good decisions on the fly.
They do.
So if they can skip the ball and then move it around and then get that open slash.
Seems that's where they're most comfortable. First one is good by Adone, who now has 13. Our CUNY Athlete of the Week. Not Basketball Player of the Week, Athlete of the Week. 44-41. It's a 3-point game, 14-21 to go. But you got to put 2 and 2 together. There's not much going on except for basketball right now. Second one is no good. Rebound grab by Queensboro, 14-15 to go.
Is there anything else besides basketball?
I don't know.
Well, CUNY they don't have football.
Here's Samolas, 3. Oh, that's a big 3. 9 points for Samolas. Big 3. Puts Queensboro ahead by 6 with 14 minutes to go. Maybe there's bowling. I don't know.
Samolas is that spark plug off the bench for Queensboro.
Here's the drive down the baseline. Nesbitt, and he puts it home. He's got 12 points on that drive. 47-43. Up and under, and in the bucket. Wow. That was good.
Big time move there by Jared Bowe.
That was Bowe, who's got 6 points, and it's 49-43. Again, Queensboro's moved ahead by 6. But down here, they accelerated it again, Sean, and we have Nesbitt heading for the line. give Bo now 6 points off that up and under. And now Nesbitt will try to pull his team back within 4 at the free throw line. He has 10 points tonight. Nesbitt, 11.
Hostos wants to go up and down, Joe. They want to play that playground style of just getting the ball out and get into the hoop.
When I get a chance, I'm going to ask Chris, because he's right next to us, if there's something else going on this time of year. 49-44. Second is good. 12 points for Nesbitt. 49-45. A little foul trouble for Queensboro, I understand. Here's a drive on the baseline. You got 2 more from Boyce, who has 5. And they're ahead 51-45. Queensboro's up the lead to 6. Hostos brings it back outside. They dish it in the corner. Firing from the corner. No good as a Doan. Rebound is loose. Garnered in. Put up. And no, but a foul. As Batchton got in there with that rebound, he'll end up at the line.
Trey Baston is the strongest player on the floor. He can really dominate this game if he puts his mind to it. You know, I don't think anyone wants to deal with his strength underneath the rim on both ends of the floor. And if Hostos can realize that, they have a natural advantage inside. 4
fouls now on Bo, by the way. As a number of Queensboro players had 3 fouls, Bo just went to the 4 foul mark. And the first free throw good by Bastion. So foul difficulty, Sean, may become a factor here. 51-46.
That's a big loss for Queensboro. Bo really runs the offense, sets the tempo, does a good job defensively. That's going to really hurt them right now. See, the second one, no good.
All right, second one, no good. It's 51-46. Here's the drive in the lane, and Fearon puts it home. That was Tyree Fearon, 53-46. Chris informs me there is indoor track and swimming and diving. So there is a lot going on. Here's the jumper from outside. No good. Rebound snatched in again as they come outside on that rebound. Walcott grabbed it, and then turnover for Hostos, down by the 7 points.
Oh, you and I were going to have to give a big pound and a big up to all the divers, swimmers, and the rest that we kind of dissed right now.
No, we just didn't realize that the seasons were in swing because we're so in tune with basketball, of course, but they are terrific athletes. So he wins Athlete of the Week. That's a big thing. Here's a jumper outside. Walcott, no good, and they come down court again and try to cut off the driving Gooden. And Gooden will get fouled, and they have tightened it up a little bit, Queensboro, with their ball handling now. And they've gone out to a 7-point lead, and Gooden will come back to the line as we get foul number 3 on Walcott. 12:25 to go in the game. $17 points, 18 now for Gooden. And he is a good one for Queensboro. He's done a good job on the fly tonight to be their scoring leader. And Asonier, and now that Gooden has 18, Asonier has 10. Of course, he got off to that hot start, you remember, Sean. Leo Asonier. Second one, no good off the front rim. Stays a 54-46 ball game. Still within striking distance, and certainly within striking distance for Hostos. And underneath the basket and missing that time was Prezi as he tried to go across, get in the back door. Couldn't do it. And Queensboro works now and trying to take a little off that clock, not hurry so much. Samolis with it, 18 seconds to shoot. Samolis tries the left-handed pass in the good, and it got knocked away, but Samolis is back on it, goes in the lane, and tries a quick turner on the run, no good. Now it's taken off by Hostos, trying to transport it to the other hand was Perez, and the ball just flung to the back cushion, and he couldn't grab it.
Well, that's 28 turnovers for the Hostos Caymans.
That one comes at the 11:40 mark with his team down by 8, so that was not one they wanted. And we'll watch Fearon come to front court for Queensboro. Fearon, Gooden, Samolis, on the court. They give it up, try to get it back. Fearon comes right to our table on a dive with Prezi, and it's going to be a tie-up that's going to stay with Queensboro. Kids were really coming towards our table after that ball.
I measured that one, Joe. I didn't see the table coming up. They didn't.
11:24.
I was ready. I was poised to get up.
I saw. 11:24 to go, and we have a timeout for a Hostos with an 8-point game, 54-46. And this has been, if nothing else, Sean, a spirited ball game tonight. Both teams have had their opportunities to take control of the game. It's been sloppy. There's no doubt about that. But as you said, kids are not perfect. You just hope they come out here and play hard.
No, these are two teams right here.
They're not
new
winning
teams.
a lot of games either.
Not winning a lot of games. They're trying to find who they are, what they are. You know, these kids are coming straight from high school. Some of the sophomores didn't play a lot last year. So they're just trying to get their games together. And it's been an entertaining game, though. It's been a nice game.
It has been an entertaining game. We've seen some very good moves when the teams have been able to get it together offensively. We've seen good defensive efforts. And we see the clock coming down to about the 11-minute mark, and we have a tight game still, 54-46. I think that's the big factor when we're doing ball games. We want to see a competitive game, and we're seeing that.
Yes, we are. And I think it's going to go down to the wire. Hostos right now has a smaller unit in. And, you know, I think what's happening now is both coaches are just matching up and saying what team and what players are going to get to the basket and defend the ball. It's that simple. There's no zones, no tricks. Right now it's just man on man.
20 points for Tremaine Gooden of Queensboro, 10 for Leo Asonye. And on the Hostos side, 14 for Daquan Nesbitt, 13 for Robert Adun. Let's see where we go from here. 11:20 to go. Joe Massey, Sean Couch, CUNY Basketball, QPTV. That's where we are. Here's the in-close shot boy. Said he had it handed to him. Couldn't put it in the bucket, then got knocked down and lost it. Hostos ends up with it. They try to find Adun in a maze. Couldn't get that ball to him way up court. Fearon the other way. A tough turnaround at a tough angle. Couldn't get it to go, but there is a whistle, and Queensboro will get the call on this. And they are fortunate to be getting it because that was a very tough shot by Fearon.
Yeah, Fearon has a penchant to take tough shots right now. He only has 2 points, but, you know, one of the things that he tries to do is he tries to make things happen, and I think the coach appreciates that.
Jumper from outside by John Boyce is no good and down out of bounds. It'll be given to Hostos with 10:50 on the clock.
See Roy Beekman over there with his arms crossed. And there's another charge right there, Joe.
Wow.
So
goes right back to Queensboro.
Dantzler has these kids conscious of taking charges, and if teams are not alert, you can really get hurt by that momentum-wise.
So I guess he has them working in the weight room for that reason, too. But you don't want to build up too much mass. Just enough so you can take the hit, you know. Christian Moore will throw it in from underneath. We have a delay as they are discussing something among the officials.
Now, there's an art form to taking a charge, Joe, without really getting hurt. You have to understand how to take the contact and fall lightly.
Yes. I'd rather not. Here's Samolis between the circles. Samolis switching to the left hand. No. Gooden is going to end up at the line, and he has been Johnny on the spot in several instances. He has 20 points tonight. He got fouled across the arm, and that'll be number 4 on Chatfield.
It's a great offensive rebound by Gooden right there. I wish we could see that replay. Jumps right over the defender vertically without drawing that over the back call, and then goes right back up without the dribble. Good job.
He's a very good athlete, Gooden. He'll end up at the free throw line. As I said, and I don't know if I mentioned it a few times, Gooden's first off the front rim. This ball club went into BMCC last week, and Sean, they got blown out. They did not play well, and BMCC with Tony Vales, who is a terrific player, knocked them out pretty early. But they'll have BMCC coming in here in January, and we'll see if they can make a game out of it. Second one is good.
Well, they're doing a good job here tonight, understanding who they are. It looks like their leader here is Tremaine Gooden, and they have a good supporting player.
He's at a business comp in his second season.
Yes.
And Leo Isonye from Richmond Hill. They're both Queens players all the way, and Gooden comes inside again, and the floodgates have opened up, it seems, for Gooden now, off some teammates making some plays, and he'll go back to the free throw line. That score now has remained a 9-point difference, 55-46, and he's trying to add on here as Gooden with 21 points. Got fouled by Perez, Jonathan Perez, who picked up his third, and they're starting to accumulate some fouls now. Hostos fouls, 3 for Walcott, 3 for Perez, 3 for Prezi, and 4 for Chatfield. That is a tough situation.
Well, both teams are over the limit, and it's still half the second half to go.
Gooden to hit both, give him 23, and it's 57-46. Hostos works it in the front court. They bounce it down low. Turnaround. Foul will be called as Bastian floated the ball short because someone hit his hand as he was making that nice turnaround. It's an 11-point lead for Queensboro. See if Bastian can cut into that lead.
Oh, that's a big foul right there. Tremaine Gooden has 4 personal fouls.
Everybody's getting into foul trouble now, Sean. Everybody has to be careful. First one is good.
I tell you, Hostos is not out this game. With Tremaine going out, and Asanwe also in foul trouble.
If they get that running game going again, they could be lethal.
And they were doing well with this bigger team in. They have Adon back in with Big Bastian, so we might see a
We
run.
might see. I'm going to mark it down, Sean.
10-22. Do it.
10-22, 57-48.
Do it. Let's go.
Here's Queensborough with the ball. They come left side. Jumper, Fearon, no good. Oh, what a rebound. Reaching over and taking that was Boyce, but he had it poked away. He almost made an outstanding rebound. They come the other way on a quick drive. Down the lane all the way went Walcott. Couldn't put it in. Samolis leads a 3-on-2. Feeds Fearon. Feeds Fearon for the 2. That fits very well. Feeds Fearon. 59-48. Queensborough by 11. 9:41 to go. Run, 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 guys. There's a basket. And a foul as Adon got it for Hostos off the break. You don't have to tell these kids to play fast break. They love playing fast break.
Sorry, Roy Beekman has a tremendous basketball pedigree, the coach of Hostos. He played at Niagara with Calvin Murphy, played in the city in the Pro-Am back in the day out in Rucker Park. He understands the New York style of play, and he teaches his team the New York style to play. That's why he's a CUNY champion. 2 years ago, he did a great job.
Absolutely. And I didn't realize he played with Calvin Murphy.
Calvin Murphy, you know.
No more exciting player ever. Maybe you go to Tiny Archibald, people like that, but
Tiny's a little bigger than Calvin.
Yeah. Free throw good by Adon. 59-51.
How big was Calvin, Joe? 5'9", 5'8"?
Wasn't very big. Tiny. Hit the jump shot. There's a jumper, and just as on cue, teeing it up and going was Christian Moore. Like that, 62-51. Oh, getting a little too wide open, though, Sean. 62-53.
Hostos hanging in there. Only down 9, still a lot of time. 9 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, so you don't want to make baskets that easy to come by. They swing it into the corner, and Boyce drills one. That is a big 3 for Boyce right there.
Boy, Queensborough really turning the heat up with the outside shooting.
65-53. They come back. They get 2. Hostos to pull within 10. 65-55. Right away, when we talked about that time, everything just started to go offensive. Here's Samolis passing it around the perimeter. Takes it back. 21 to shoot for Queensboro. They go on the sideline, toss it in the corner. Boyce will try his hand again, and that one jiggled the basket and came out. And they go up court, fast break style, and they get Perez. Perez puts it in. 65-57. That is what the Lakers and James Worthy used to love to do. Get up there, get that two. With 8:15 to go, it's an 8-point lead. And they're still in the ballgame, Sean, as you said.
Still in the game, and I like the advantage that they have right now underneath. I think that they can take advantage of it and climb back into this game and get the point differential down to maybe 4 or 2.
Timeout, Queensboro Community College. And here on QPTV, we have a game that is not yet nearly decided. 8:15 to go in it, and Queensboro off that timeout. What would you tell your players right now if you're Queensboro?
If I'm the coach of Queensboro, I would tell them to box out and to make sure that make every possession count right here, that this game is not over, and not to get sloppy with the ball. Look to take good shots in every possession from this point forward.
Queensboro stays basically the same on the court. I think Anthony Davis might be the only change. They go in the corner, and shooting it from there was Boyce. He can't hit, but the ball goes out of bounds off Hostos. It'll stay with Queensboro. Good break for them with 7:56 to go. They're trying to nurse an 8-point lead. That time they were trying to nurse it a little more, Sean. They're moving the ball around, trying to use a little clock, but then they go to Christian Moore, who hit that big shot before, and he scores again.
Boy, Queensboro's showing a lot of versatility. They have guys that can slash, and then they bring guys off the bench that can really shoot the outside shot, and they're giving Hostos all sorts of problems.
That's 2 trays for Moore. 2 baskets, 2 trays, and it gives Queensboro an 11-point lead. Now there's a foul on Queensboro, 10 team fouls. So this turns into 2 free throws.
Hostos not getting out to those jump shooters, not getting a hand up and contesting open shots.
Now we'll watch Ian Walcott go to the free throw line with his team down by 11. These are obviously some pretty important free throws. His first one is good. 68-58. 7:39 to go in the ball game. It's been an entertaining game from the home of the Tigers, Queensboro Community College.
Hostos has done a good job in the second half. They've played them evenly right now. 25-25 is the score, counting from the second half. So
second free throw, no good, and they rush it up. They go in the corner to Boyce. Again from the corner, he is unsuccessful. He's missed his last few. Rebound fought for, grabbed by Hostos. They come up court. Adone made a very dangerous pass, but they're going to keep it as it was knocked out of bounds by Queensboro. 7:23 to go.
Joe, they're actually up by 2. So, I mean, Hostos has chipped away at the lead. They played them even. We just got to do something a little bit better here offensively and then try to contest these shots.
So Hostos in their Hostos orange will bring it in the lane off the inbound. A miss and put back and in by Bastian. Brian Bastian got to the basket, cleaned it up, 68-60. They're within 8, putting the pressure a little bit more on Queensboro. Fall away, Moore. He has been dynamite. That was a nice fall away. He has 8 points. All on jumpers, 2 threes and a 2.
Boy, Christian showing nice mid-range, 1 dribble and a pull-up on balance.
6:58 to go. Driving in the lane with a little teardrop is Nesbitt. Can't get it to go, and 1 out of bounds off Queensboro. 70-60. It's a 10-point game now. All right, this inbound, very important for Hostos. Got to get it in the right place. That's a pretty good place, but the turnaround hook won't go from Bastian. Rebound of Saunier, who's back in there for Queensboro. Saunier going with Samolis, and Christian Moore's turned into a very big player now. Here's Moore in the right corner. He takes it all the way to the bucket. Couldn't put it down. Saunier struggles to get the rebound in the corner. Out to Moore, fires again, no. Oh, he made that, he would have been living a charmed life on the court. And all the way down the court comes Adone, down the right of the lane anyway, and he got fouled. So Adone will end up at the line. Not much time off that clock, 6:18 to go. Hostos at 10 points back. They still have time to make their move, so Queensboro still has to be careful. First foul on Christian Moore. Sean, if he hit that shot there, you would have said, boy, what a night for Moore. But as it is, he has 2 threes and a 2.
Really stepped it up the second half, Joe.
Here's Adone.
He's done a great job.
He has 17. Adone, he has come alive. Going to the lane, going to the basket, Adone has come alive. He's got good size there.
And I tell you what, Hostos, it's not offense. They can score the basketball. It's their defense that's letting them down right now. They're not getting the job done, stopping Queensboro from executing their offense.
Adone has 19. I believe I had him for only 9 at halftime, so he's had a very good second half. Outside, Queensboro working the ball. Here's Moore pitching it into Wasonier for the turnaround. Hook, no, it spun around the basket. Rebound Bastion, 8-point game. Hostos now wants to be careful. They have 27 to shoot. Backing it out, Nesbitt. 22 to shoot. To Adone. Trying to get it inside to Bastion, and there's going to be a reach-in Queensboro foul trying to keep that ball away. Well, that is way over the limit, and number 4 on Leo Wasonier. And we'll watch them go to the line with Brian Bastion.
Wasonier, their best rebounder and best interior defender with 4.
So does Gooden have 4, so does Samolis, and so does Bo. Not good. 70 to 62 is our score. Bastion getting the ball. 5:45 to go.
Wow.
Front rimmed it, no good.
Not confident on the line there. Those are 2 big misses.
Not good. Because Hostos could have pulled closer. They're trailing by 8. Coming up court now, Christian Moore. Moore between the circles. Fires it over to Bo. Bo goes all the way to the baseline, and reaching in was Walcott. And that's another foul on Walcott. That is his 4th. And that will send Bo to the free throw line.
Every time Bo has the ball, he puts so much pressure on the offense because of his with the ball speed. It'd be nice to see him in some isolation at the top of the lane. I think he could beat his man off the dribble every time.
Jarek Bo. First one is no good. Of course, it's always a matter of confidence, Sean, and what these young players can do again. And Bo is a young player. 70 to 62. Here's the second. No good. And watching all these community college games over the years, a guy can do something great one game, and then you see him the next game, he just doesn't look the same. But that's where the repetition comes into play. There's a drive head of the key, and just giving it up was Adone. Tried to do too much. 5:18 to go, and all the way through went Christian Moore and missed it. Here's Adone again. They're down by 8 now. Adone holds up, gets it underneath, which was the play to make to Perez to score.
Great decision by Adone to stop at the foul line. Great decision.
Didn't try to do too much. 70 to 64, 4:58 to go.
Real simple ball right there.
Here's Samolis trying an outside jump. No. Rebound snatched by Perez. 4:48 to go. It's a 6-point advantage for Queensboro, and Hostos has the ball. If you're rooting for the Tigers, this one is not in the bag. They come right side. Here's a little fall away jump, no good. Rebound tipped in by Perez. Another Perez play.
Great call by Beekman to get some execution there. Have Adone slashing across the lane, getting to the basket.
That lead starting to vanish again at 70-66, 4:12 to go. Queensborough gives it to Samolis. And as he was going by Nesbitt, Nesbitt reached and grabbed him on the hold. That'll send Samolis to the free throw line. Queensborough with a 4-point lead, sending one of their more experienced players, Samolis, to the free throw line. Samolis is a 64% free throw shooter, and we'll get a timeout. A timeout with just under 4 minutes to go in a 4-point game. That is going to be a big situation at the line, obviously, for Samolis. Turnovers are killing Hostos, or they might be ahead in this game. They've committed 33 turnovers so far in this basketball game. But I must say, to their credit, they have rebounded well. They've run the break well, and that has kept them in the game. And they're down 70-66.
And that's exactly right. The fact that they've recovered from those turnovers with hustle goes to show you that Roy Beekman has done a good job and that they believe in their system, which is running, getting to the basket, and creating fouls. And they've done a decent job on the foul line.
Now, on this timeout, Samolis is out there. He's getting ready to shoot them. And Hostos, of course, is taking a little more time to get out there. Because, after all, you don't want to give the opposition any kind of edge at that free throw line. Let him wait a little bit.
And I said decent. I'm looking at the stats now, 50%. That's not really that good, but they've taken 34 shots. So they've done a great job getting to the foul line. They just haven't made their free throw. Just imagine if they started making a few of these, they'd be up by 10.
This is his first trip tonight. First one is no good. He gets 2 of them, though, because of the 10 team fouls. And that score remains 70-66. 4:08 to go. And Sean told us a few minutes ago this still can be a game. Now it is a game. Let's watch Samolis try to extend the lead. He makes it. He made 1 of 2. Added 71-66. Gooden comes in. Of course, he has the big foul problem now. And Samolis sits for Queensborough. 4:08 to go. So you have Christian Moore. You have Boyce. You have Gooden out there with a Saunier. And you also have Bowe. And there is Gooden. Gooden cannot put it down. And the rebound cannot be taken in. And which way is it going to go? It's going to go to Hostos. Gooden had a great opportunity to make it a 7-point lead. Couldn't get it done.
He's got to use the backboard right there, Joe. You know that. Use that backboard, young people. make the layup.
Here's Walcott.
Make a layup.
Stutter step. Passes outside. That is going to be short of the baskets. Trying to save it as Bastion can't do it. The jumper was short by Jonathan Perez. And, of course, in this situation now, Sean, the pressure is starting to mount on both teams. It's 71-66, Queensborough by 5.
Yeah, Perez has to dump that ball inside, either Dunn into the big fella instead of settling for a 22-foot jump shot.
Corner shot, no good by Boyce. Keeping it alive and then finally snatching it was Saunier. And the call is going to go against Leo Saunier.
No,
they call it jump ball. Yes, they will call it jump ball, which will give it to Hostos. And Hostos will take it the other way, 71-66. Here they come. This is Nesbitt, left sideline, overplayed by Moore. Moore gets back on the play, dumps it inside. Banker, good. Good pass to Bastion. 71-68, 3:14 to go. Here on QPTV, we're coming right down the home stretch. Gooden takes it the distance, can't score. Bastion on the rebound. And now Queensborough has to get back on defense. They're only up by 3, and trying to get that pass was Bowe. He only got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Wow. This is now a very treacherous situation for the Tigers. They get it inside. Bastion trying to go glass. No. Bastion hit the big shot just moments ago. And down the other end is Bowe for Queensborough. He'll pull it out. Jarek Bowe brings it outside. 22 seconds to shoot. Got bumped by Walcott, or the signal is being a little contact on the wrist. And that will send Bowe to the free throw line. 71-68.
Boy, Hostos guards have to make better decisions on both ends of the court. Daquan Nesbitt reaching.
That's going to be it for Walcott, by the way.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, their guards can't reach in these situations. Just play straight up, great defense, stay in front of your man, and make it happen. Make a player.
I was just going to say that, Sean. You want to be aggressive, but you don't want to get out there out of the play.
Joe, they got to make a play and make a play. You know, you got to have a guy. If you have a guy in front of you, keep him in front of you.
You put yourself out of the play, he starts around you, and then you have to grab him. And it doesn't do anybody any good.
Right now, Walcott's on the bench. He's out the game.
That's his fifth foul.
His fifth. You know, Nesbitt's been reaching a couple of times. Both of them have to stay under control and just control the ball handling.
I play with a lot of kids in the park who say that. Don't reach, don't reach.
Joe, you play in the park, man?
I used to. I used to years ago. Here's
right.
Bowe, first one. Up to about 96 or so.
All right. That's not bad.
No, it's not.
Hey, the playground is for everybody. You still get out there and do your thing,
man. I used to be pretty good. Second one, no good. Of course, I used to have my share of fouls, though. 2:37 to go. 71-68.
Were you a hacker?
A little bit. I'm 30. I was 39, and some of the kids were like 20, 16.
All right.
Goes back outside. Here's Nesbitt. Nesbitt trying to pass in the corner, and that's going to, let's see, stay with Hostos. It's a three-point game, Sean. 71-68, 2:21 to go. Comes in bounds. They dish it down low. Working in Bastion. In tough territory, can't put it in. They can't put in the follow either, but they get it back. Bastion passes it back outside. That was Adone who couldn't put in the follow. And then with the shot clock running down, Nesbitt can't hit. And there are 2 minutes left, and Queensborough has the ball. They have a 3-point lead. So this is a very good one coming down towards the conclusion. Into the corner for Boyce. Boyce threw it out blindly, and stepping right in there was Chatfield. Chatfield has to be fouled. And he has a chance to go to the line and move his mates within 1 for Hostos. Minute 45 to go. That'll be Christian Moore trying to fly back. And we have one of those thrilling finishes on hand here at Queensborough.
Hostos
First, let's watch Chatfield here.
Hostos is doing a good job getting the ball underneath the basket. And even though they missed those shots, it's good offensive philosophy to try to shoot the ball from 2 feet rather than from 30 feet if you're, and being guarded.
Chatfield, no good. Stays a 3-point game. Now, he would like to make this a 2-point game. And the fella telling him right now, Bastion at the line, come on, make this one, because now it's a 2-point game. We don't have to hit a 3. All right, let's watch him lean in and concentrate. It's a 3-point game. Queensborough leading it 71-68, minute 45 on the clock. It is good. Hung in there. And that's 6 points for Chatfield. The crowd enjoying this one. It's a 2-point game. Minute 42 to go. Here's Christian Moore. 28 on the shot clock. Now they go off to the baseline. Driving and floating one to the basket is Fearon. He can't get it to go. Rebound is snatched in underneath. Taken by Chatfield, and here comes Hostos down by 2. Chatfield sends it on the left side. Driving inside, in out of bounds is Perez. He couldn't hold on to the ball.
It's 2 bad decisions by Joshua Perez.
Minute 17 to go, Sean. Minute 17. Go ahead.
Just has to look down low and just dump it in. He's trying to do too much.
Queensborough, 2-point lead. They can't run out the clock. They have 27 on the shot clock, minute 7 on the game clock. They go right side to Fearon. Fearon turns, twists, tries to throw a very tough pass for Sonye. It was knocked away, and then Asonye went to the floor in a scramble to keep it in possession of Queensborough. 57 seconds in the game, 15 seconds to shoot. Queensborough by 2. A basket here would look pretty large. Let's see if they can get it with more to throw in from underneath. But you don't want to try impossible things to get it. Here's a long inbound. Fearon will go to the backcourt to get it. That's allowed on the inbound. Fearon comes to the head of the key. Spins into his man, and he was trying to strip the ball, and a foul is called.
Oh, wow.
Nesbitt got the foul.
No. Travel.
No, travel. Oh, travel.
Great call
yeah,
by the
travel.
referee. Great call. The proper call was just made right there.
Travel, 48.7 to go. It's a 2-point game, Hostos ball. Oh, man, this one is coming right down. 35 on the shot clock, 48.7 to go in the game. Well, it is going to be Hostos ball, and the game is not on the line, but they have a chance at least to even it up with a minute to go in the game, or 48.7 to go exactly. And we're ticking down this timeout. And once again, we state you want to get points on the board there, Sean, but you don't want to try to do it at a situation where it might cost you.
Well, you want the ball in your best player's hand. Definitely want the ball in your best player's hands here. And who would that be? That would be Robert Adone. You want Robert with the ball in space. Now, if they go zone, Joe, swing that ball around, try to get that open space, get on in there and try to make something happen. It's real simple ball.
That call came after a little back and forth as to whether it was a foul or a travel right there.
Right, he spun in the lane. He tried to go turntable at the wrong time. It didn't work out for him. You have to try to keep the ball in front of you. You got to be safe and sound. Ball security under a minute to go in a close game is premium when
Hostos
you're a guard.
Will throw in. Hostos will get it in from Jonathan Perez. Perez puts it in play. 44 seconds to go. They come up court again to Perez. Perez has to snatch it away. Gives it in the lane to Bastion. No good. Or Adone. No good, but the play is saved on the other side. Adone missed the shot. Perez got the rebound, and he is the one who is fouled, and they'll have a chance to tie it at the line. 35.8 to go. Adone had a chance to bank it. He rushed it a little bit, and then following in was Jonathan Perez, and he made the play to sweep it up. He has been up and down tonight, Perez, but he has 15 points, and he's turned in some mighty big plays.
That was a great offensive rebound right there. Jarek Bowe going out with 5.
That's 5 on Bowe, who goes to the bench.
Big free throws right here. So Hostos has a chance now to tie the game with 35.8 seconds to go. And they've committed over 35 turnovers this game, have shot less than 50% from the foul line. It's amazing.
You have a 2-point game, and coming back on the court is Jonathan Perez. 15 points. He's been there, according to what I have, 3 times. He's made 1 tonight. And these are pressure free throws with 35.8 on the clock. Seconds. Bounces it. Holds it. Shoots it. Good. 71-70. He's now attempting to tie it.
Yeah, his language, body language looks real good right there. Looks like he got this. He's really confident. He looks very secure.
Gets it back from the official. Again, 35.8 to go. If he makes this, it is no good. Rebound, good. Rebound, good by Adone. 15 for Adone. 72-71. Hostos leads at 28.6. And a timeout taken by Larry Danzler on the Queensboro bench. That is tough. Robert Adone followed it home. I have him for 21 points. He wasn't doing a lot, but over the course of the second half, he has found that inside game, and he has put Hostos in the lead, and they are trying to snatch away a victory from Queensborough right here.
2 big offensive rebounds, Joe, for Hostos. Queensborough not taking responsibility on their defensive boards, and they're really feeling it right now, being down 1.
So they are talking it over on the bench. As bringing them over was Larry Dantzler. There is the huddle. It is coming down towards the end of the timeout. Asonye comes out there. And Asonye will play with Christian Moore, Samolis, Tremaine Gooden. Tremaine Gooden also in there. And we have number 2, Tyree Fearon. 28.6, no shot clock, 1-point game. Hostos has to play straightaway defense. They don't want to foul here. It'll be thrown in, given to Gooden. Gooden, his team down by 1, 25 seconds to go. Goes into the lane, pitches it for Asonye, got away. Gooden recovered, shot off the side of the backboard, got it back, gives it into Asonye. Asonye is being tied up, and that is a tie-up. That will go to Hostos with 15.9 to go, and they're up by 1. And now, if they don't get a steal quickly here, they're going to have to foul Queensborough. 15.9. Ball coming in play. Foul is committed by Moore with 14.3, and that will send Daquan Nesbitt to the line as Hostos has a 1-point lead. So the Tigers of Queensborough, who haven't gotten a win this year, are having this one yanked away from them in their building, and we'll see if they can make some kind of remarkable comeback with 14.3 to go. Nesbitt at the line. It's a 1-point game. They would get a chance to tie it in any event. Let's see Nesbitt first. No good. Now he will set up for another 72-71. Well, the CUNY Athlete of the Week, Robert Udone, has played a big part, and Jonathan Perez has played a big part for Hostos here. We'll watch another here from Nesbitt. He's got 10 points tonight. Second is good. Now it's a 2-point game. So they're a 2-pointer away with 13 seconds to go. Christian Moore brings it up. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. They go back out to Moore, 8 seconds. Moore, 5 seconds. Moore gives it inside to Asonye. He can't get it. And that'll do it. And Hostos pulls out the victory tonight, 73-71. It is a heartbreaker for Queensborough. They got it into Asonye. They couldn't put it in the basket. And the game is over. And the Hostos Caymans have come in here to Queensborough and taken away a win from the Tigers. Took it right from under their noses, 73-71.
Great game.
Tough loss.
Great game. Tough loss for Queensborough. Couldn't control their offensive boards when it counts. Missed some big free throws and turned the ball over. Just a disaster towards the end of the game.
Player of the game is Robert Udone. 20 points, 4 blocks, 11 rebounds for the Con Edison Athlete of the Week. And the player of the game tonight, the CUNY Athlete of the Week. He's had a remarkable time here over the last week in his Hostos basketball career. Let's look at Queensborough real quick before we go. Pete Samolis had 11 points in a losing cause. Tremaine Gooden had 23, and they got a big effort from Leo Asonye, who had 10 points. But once again, Robert Udone with the 20 points leads the way for Hostos in a remarkable pull-off of the victory here tonight. I'm Joe Massey for Sean Couch. Thank you for joining us on QPTV. Again, a big victory for Hostos by 2 points tonight over Queensborough. We'll be back later in the year.